we're just so thrilled. Zondervan has agreed to publish 5 books on the 5 solas of the Reformation. And so the 95 theses of Martin Luther were posted on that Wittenberg door in 1517. So, we're kind of pointing to that date of 2017. Some will come out a little bit earlier, some maybe a little bit later. But so we have the 5 books on the 5 solas of the Reformation. And in my scholarly life, I've always wanted to write a book on faith. I wanted to look at faith alone, not just biblically, but historically and practically. And even though I'm a biblical scholar, I was able to kind of dip into some other areas that I was interested in. Faith alone, one of the distinctives of the book that I'm really excited about is I go through history. And then the second part of the book is where we look at the scriptures. What do the scriptures say about faith alone? And especially I concentrate on the Pauline writings, although we look at the Gospels too. We don't do as much with the Old Testament, but the focus is on Paul and the other New Testament writings. James, of course, comes into the discussion. And there I discuss justification by faith alone, but also what role does works play in terms of justification. Then in the third part of the book, I look at some contemporary issues. And then I kind of close the book by looking at the pastoral ramifications. What difference does it make to us today that justification is by faith alone? That what motivates people to emphasize justification by faith alone it's a personal concern, it's a pastoral concern. That it's not our righteousness that saves us, but it's finally Christ that saves us. That's one of the most interesting things I found in the book. When you read the ancient authors, that's where they begin. How do you stand before God? You stand before God because of what Christ has done. Yeah, I think the book could be used in a church, in a Sunday school class. You could be studying the doctrine of justification by faith alone. And you could go through, history, scripture, practical application. I think you could also study it in a small group. You could meet as a small group and discuss it chapter by chapter. I think even the historical chapters are accessible to the ordinary person because anyone who reads the book, I think, will see there's a pastoral dimension, there's a practical dimension, there's a personal dimension, there's an application dimension in the book.